Welcome to Single Mom Honey, the podcast dedicated to single moms with a focus on health, money, and everything in between.
Hey, and I cover the health.
I'm Aisha, and I cover the money. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that impacts all women. So we got to bring it to the single moms. We're going to be talking about heart health.
Yes. You only get one of those.
That's what I heard.
And if you need a replacement, they don't come by very easy. So
yeah, they don't come overnight, 2-day shipping.
If they don't have them at the grocery store.
Yeah, so today's title is Protecting Your Heart While Carrying the World. Heart health for single mom.
So we want to start out with some facts about heart health and how they impact us. So heart disease is the number one cause of death for women in the U.S.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was cancer.
No, heart health kills more women than anything.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And it's sometimes like a silent killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know they got it going on.
Fine, perfectly healthy, then boom. Yeah.
Or sometimes you're so busy that you ignore the warning signs, which can be a problem as well. More than 60 million U.S. women live with some form of heart disease. Did you know that? That's about 44% of women. I actually have heart disease.
Okay, I do know that. So you're one of the few that I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have AFib. Well, luckily, it's not AFibbing right now, so we're good.
But what is AFib? Can you explain that to us?
So you know how when your heart beats like boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's was over here like quivering like that.
Mariachi band.
I don't even actually. That is a good way to look at it. The beat.
I'm not making fun of your health condition, but
I know.
That popped in my head like maracas.
Well, offbeat maracas, just beating random.
So like jazz, the jazz that I can get with, like the jazz.
Yeah, sometimes it was like that, and then sometimes it was just like this, so quivering. So, and when it's quivering, you can't. It's not pumping the blood like it's supposed to be. So instead, the blood has an opportunity to pool and clot, putting you at 5 times greater risk for stroke and heart attack.
Really?
Yes.
But
Each year. Go ahead. I got another fact for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Each year, heart disease kills about 1 in every 5 women in the United States.
That's a lot. 1 in 5? I know math, MAPH, and that is the math for your ass.
Okay, so only about half of the U.S. women recognize heart disease as their top killer. Like you said, you had no clue. So that's, 50% here in this show.
Mm-hmm.
About 1 in 16 women aged 20 and over has coronary heart disease, the most common type of cardiovascular disease. So,
okay, so when I think of heart disease, I'm thinking middle age. I'm not thinking a 20-year-old.
Listen, stress kills. And then a lot of people don't know their family's past medical history.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people still don't talk about things that they need to.
Yeah.
And then 90% of women have at least one major factor for heart disease or stroke.
Are we going to go over those risk factors? Okay, I'm like, let me see if I'm on that list.
Women often develop heart disease about 10 years later than men, but their outcomes, like their survival rate, is often very worse.
I wonder why. Like, what's the explanation behind that? Why is it impacting a woman disproportionately?
And why does it affect them worse? Because a lot of our signs are not the typical signs for heart disease.
Okay, so let's go into the risk factors for women. So we know, which makes sense, high blood pressure. Okay, more than 50% of women over the age of 45 have hypertension, which is a leading risk factor. I know majority of the women in my family have high blood pressure and they take the pill.
Now, let me ask you this. When's the last time you checked your blood pressure?
I get my blood pressure checked regularly. I think last time I went to the doctor was January, so a month ago.
Okay, great. I get mine checked regularly too. And you can have like one type of heart disease and not the other. So they don't always come together.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can develop one later. You can develop one first and, you got to stay on top of it. All right, let's keep going on these risk factors. Over 40% of women over the age of 55 have elevated cholesterol. And that's another major risk factor. I think people under 55 definitely have elevated cholesterol due to our diet here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fast food, a lot of processed foods, quick, easy,
Right.
convenient.
When you think about single moms, we're
I was
always
just
on the
about to
run.
say that.
On the run.
Who has time to sit at home and make a 3-hour casserole or a stew or something like that? Not many people do, especially as a single moms, your time is
Exactly.
limited.
Even if you work from home, you
Yeah.
still be on a run.
Yep. You still gotta do drop off, pickups, doctor's appointments.
Yes.
And somehow make sure you take care of yourself. So yeah, yeah. So outside of cholesterol, so
Mhm.
2/3 of US women have at least one heart disease risk factor, such as obesity, inactivity, or smoking. I know obesity is something that I have dealt with for I feel like my not my full adult life. I said once I got to them 30s, it was like, hello, how you doing? Want to stick to me. I'm like, get up off of me. I was like, don't be friends. So obesity is another thing that impacts a lot of single moms as well because of the inactivity or focus on yourself, which is something that I personally will be changing in 2026. But 2/3 of women. So that's almost all.
Yeah, that's like 66%. That's way more than
Yeah.
half.
Yeah. Look at you mathing. You sure you don't want to take over the money?
I don't. Ain't my thing. It ain't my thing. I like to spend it though. All right. So 25% of women report little to no physical activity, which increases the rate for heart. I'm sorry, increases the risk for heart disease. So, I mean, how often do you engage in like cardio activity?
Not at all. Not at all. Unless I'm playing with my kids or but one thing we are gonna be start doing is skating. So I took them to the
Oh, that's
skating
cool.
rink for the first time last week because I got them skates for Christmas. So they were finally able to go to an actual skating rink and they had a great time. I did not skate this time, but I did tell them next time we go, I'm gonna go with them. And it's every Wednesday, it's family night. So that's something we could do together. And I
That's
was like, I
amazing.
already know I'm about to be sore, but gotta get her done.
So let's go on to awareness and outcomes. Many women misidentify cancer as their greatest health risk or health threat
Just
rather
said
than
that.
heart disease. I know, because
I
that's what you
just
got.
said that. I thought cancer was the number one killer of women, but to know it's heart disease, I mean, I know February is Heart Disease Awareness Month, so that makes sense, but I didn't know that.
And you were speaking to it earlier, like why is there like a disparity in care when it comes to women and heart
Mhm.
disease? It's typically because women are more likely to misinterpret or ignore heart attack symptoms because they're very different from men's.
Yes, can we please go over that? Like, the difference between being able to, uh, understand the signs for a woman versus a man. I know a man, they tell you the heart or the arm, and a woman is usually something different.
Okay, so let's talk about heart attack signs in women. So they appear to be different than men's because they have like the typical signs like "Oop, my chest, I feel
Mhm,
pressure, I feel, had jaw pain, shooting pain down my arm, something that you would like attribute to a heart attack.
mhm.
For women, it could be extreme fatigue. And how many times are you super tired?
Regularly?
It could be nausea. How many times do you be like, "Ugh, maybe I ate something that was just like weird?
I get scared when I get nauseous.
Okay, well, yeah, it happens to me. I got Zofran on deck. Dizziness.
Yeah, I don't
Sometimes you get up too fast.
yeah.
See, I get dizzy. I haven't
Mhm.
had a heart attack, and I'm not having one. I'm not claiming these things.
Yeah.
Cold sweats. What if you were going through menopause and you had hot sweats and then cold sweats and you
Mhm.
didn't, and you just were like, maybe this is normal.
Going through the
What?
change.
Yeah. Or what about pain in the back, pain in the neck, pain in the jaw? You might think that it's something different. So, sometimes it's shortness of breath. Sometimes you might not even have chest discomfort and still be having a heart attack.
Mhm.
So that's why it gets missed on women.
So what woman is it not the arms?
It could be, but it could be a number of other things, like the things I listed, like fatigue,
So a
nausea.
combination of those.
It could be a combination. You could have no chest pain at all and still have a heart
Mhm.
attack because it just presents different in women.
Okay. Well, that is definitely good to know because I was like, "Is it the left arm or the right arm? I don't know which one it is." Like, it's hard to keep
It could
track
be
of those
I
things.
mean, it could be pain somewhere in your upper body. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be your arm. Like, if you're unusually tired. Sometimes I've had, patients who've had multiple heart attacks and didn't know until they went in because, like, somebody's like, your color's off," And when they went in, they found out they had multiple heart attacks. Sometimes people think it's indigestion. Uh-huh. Heartburn, feeling clammy, sometimes increased anxiety. A lot of single moms suffer with anxiety, and they might not know they're having a heart attack.
Well, speaking of single, how
Mhm.
about your dating status can actually be a part of I would say not the risk factor, but you do fall into a certain group. So unmarried people, including
Mhm.
single women, tend to have higher risk of cardiovascular disease mortality compared to married counterparts.
That makes
Now, what
sense.
do you attribute that to?
Well, I would say, when you do have an attentive partner, they probably are paying more attention to you.
Like you say, your
So
color's off. Like, what's
yeah,
going
something's
on?
wrong. Yeah,
Urging you to go see someone because now you're
right.
making them nervous.
Right. But I think for single moms, we push ourselves past the limit so many times that we put ourselves on a back burner that
Yeah.
like little things we may miss. It might not even be a little thing. We might brush it off like, "Oh, I'm cool." You know? Like I
Hmm.
said, I fell on the ice yesterday and I should have got checked out for a concussion. But I was like,
Yeah.
I got this. I got work to do. But again, single, somebody did recommend go get checked out. I'm
And you
still
heard
alive.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
You said, "I gotta get home to my kid. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that."
So, in some studies, being unmarried was linked up to approximately a 40% increased higher risk of cardiovascular death. And again, that's because no one's there. If you were home and you had a heart attack, your partner might look over and be like, "Oh, something's wrong.
Mhm.
I'm gonna send them to the ER." If you're by yourself and with the kids might not know what to do. So that's why it's important to be aware of your health. And unfortunately, as single moms, we have to like educate our children on these types of things, especially if you have like other comorbidities that they probably would need to be aware of. Like, hey, if you see mommy like this, it's unfortunate that it has to be that way, but
Yeah.
you have to educate them so you can save them and you.
That was one of my fears when my kids were, like, younger.
Hmm.
I was so worried about if something happened to me, they would be in a house by themselves and not know what to do or, who to reach out to. So I had to explain to my oldest, I think he was like 4 or so,
Hmm.
if mommy isn't doing well, whatever, I taught him how to call 911 because I'm one of the few people still have a house phone. And that's actually one of the reasons why I still keep it because kids
Oh,
don't have
that makes
unlocked
sense.
phones and stuff like that. So I taught him how to use the house phone, how to call 911, and then also I have older married couple across the street from me that I trust very dearly. So I told them also if something happens, you go and run and you ask for help from them, so they're aware of what it is. But that's one of the fears of a single mom, something happening to you and your children being at home by themselves. So I'll be
I
so
mean, yeah, but don't make that a reason to have a hobosexual
girl, that is nowhere near
in
what I'm
your
talking
home.
about. I'm just
I
saying
know,
it's a fear of
I
mine,
know,
but
I know.
I know
I
what
was
you're
just saying
saying.
for our listeners, you don't need someone in the house just for fear that you may have a heart attack.
Shoot, they could be a risk factor as well in your house because
Exactly.
they be killing people. Anyway, we ain't gonna get into that
Yeah, 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 yeah.
one, but ways to prevent it definitely from your lifestyle. We know that. We know we can have regular physical activity, make sure
Mhm.
we stay on top of our blood pressure, healthy diet, not smoking. Those are all key factors that can help reduce our risk of heart disease. But when it comes to heart disease and it comes to being single moms, Quay, I really want us to go into explaining, what is truly recommended and why is recommended.
Okay. So
You
why
go.
heart health matters.
Yes.
Right. Like I said before, heart disease presents differently in women. So it's very important that single moms don't delay their care because of time, finances, and prioritizing their children. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your kids. I mean,
No.
that's just the bottom line. Chronic stress and lack of sleep increase heart risk.
Girl, it seems like
What?
I'm up for like all these things that you're listing. It just sounds like the life of a single mom. Like a lot of this just
Yeah.
seems inevitable. Like,
Listen, I'm telling you this, like, when I got diagnosed with AFib, I had no other risk factors except for,
mm,
like, sleep deprivation. I got
stress.
and
You had
stress.
stress.
Yeah, oh, no, I had stress. I was living under stress. Stress
Yeah.
was, like, running through my veins
Yeah.
from going to court, from single momming on 3,000, from working while Black, you name it, I had
She
it.
got it.
Right. I'm working 3.5 jobs to feed my kids with the multipliers because kids got multipliers on them. Like I say, it's like a football team,
Hmm.
and they be hungry every day. So, like I said, chronic stress and lack of sleep together is a deadly combination. And, it was only, I say by the grace of God, that I knew. It's because I work in a healthcare field that I even knew that something was wrong. A
Yeah.
lot of people are asymptomatic when it comes to heart disease, especially like things like AFib or high blood pressure. I happen to feel the classic symptoms. Like, I had this weird cough. I could feel the palpitations. Somebody might just think I'm having an anxiety attack, or
Mhm.
just completely skip it because you're unaware. Like, oh, this is my norm. Girl, that's not normal.
Uh-huh.
So it's just very important to be aware of your stress levels and what you're doing because it impacts your body. You cannot keep running like a robot.
Mhm.
No matter how hard you try, like your body will let you know that you're human. And heart disease is one of those ways.
So when you went to the doctor to finally be diagnosed with AFib, what was your initial response to that information?
Okay, so this is how it really worked. Phoned a friend because I had this weird cough and these weird palpitations, and I felt my chest vibrating. I don't vibrate.
What?
Vibrators vibrate, you know?
Did I go too far?
Yeah.
Did I
I was
count 'em
like,
right?
did I swallow it?
No, I said, did I go too far? I mean, I got left.
All right. So anyway, I phoned a friend at work. I said, hey, something's wrong. My heart's beating weird. I got this weird cough. I think I might have AFib. She was like, girl, we're only 40. Right? There's no way. I got that Holter monitor on for a week. It came back and said, you absolutely do have AFib. And when I went to my follow-up appointment at the cardiologist, I walked in, they looked at me like, so how did you get here? That was their question.
To the appointment?
How did I get to the appointment? How did I know that I had AFib? Because a cardiologist did not assess me prior to me going. You get what I'm saying? Like they were wondering how I got a Holter monitor because they didn't know that I was a provider.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? But they're just like, how did you know you had AFib? How did you? And I figure like this must happen to a lot of women, like, because if you're not in tune with your body, you wouldn't know what was going on.
Mhm.
And then again, people are asymptomatic, but I got there, they confirmed, and then I got treated. But the treatment, it took some time.
What is the treatment for AFib?
So typically, they're going to want to, depending on your risk factors, you may have to get on a blood thinner. And then also, they want to regulate your rhythm, your heart rhythm, so that it doesn't keep going into AFib, that irregular beat that puts you at risk for heart attack and stroke. And then you have the other option of getting a cardiac ablation, which I recently had in November, which has been successful.
Okay, what's an ablation?
So basically, they went through my groin up into my heart with a catheter,
Mhm.
and the areas where the cells were beating abnormally, they destroyed them.
So you don't need
That
those
area.
cells?
I'm not saying I need my heart, but they had to block the signals that they were sending to the other part of my heart that would make it beat abnormally.
So they got rid of the troublemakers.
Yes. They
You
froze
was
them,
like if
burnt
they
them.
went out there like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck." Oh, they should. I'm sorry, this is the way my brain works.
Well, I mean, that's fine. And then I had to be on a blood thinner for like 2 months. I am happy to say that I am currently off the blood thinner and
Woohoo!
off the cardiac medication. And I was nervous going in. Like, but
As you
I
should.
was more
Anytime I go to the
nervous.
doctor, I'm worried as a single mom. Like, if something's
Yeah,
wrong with me,
I was super nervous because I mean, anytime you go for a surgical procedure, your life's at
you're at
risk.
risk.
Yeah, and then I was already at risk.
Yeah, risk,
And
risk it.
and then when you get done with the procedure, you're still at risk,
Yep.
you
Then
know?
guess what? You got to recover, but still mom.
Yeah,
But
still
yeah.
mom, still work, still be stressed out, life still be lifing. But
So
more
what was the
important,
thing you said you had something on prior to going to the cardiologist? What was that called?
a Holter monitor,
Okay, what is that?
it is a monitor. It monitors your cardiac activity.
Would you just stick it on the outside of your heart, or it's like
It's on the outside.
okay,
Yeah, it's on the outside. So I don't have it with me, clearly, because I don't
mhm.
have it on. I've had it on twice. Actually, maybe it's been 3 times now.
So you have to go to your PCP. Usually, people will have to go to their PCP
You can
to
go to
get
your
that.
PCP, they can order it and then send the results. And
And
then once you get
PCP is
follow
primary care physician. So
or
basically,
a
who you go
primary
to for
care provider, because they may
go
have a
to
nurse
for
practitioner or a PA.
your aim.
Yeah. Or you can go to your cardiologist if you're already with a cardiologist and they can
Okay.
write the script for you. And then it gets mailed to your home or applied in the office.
Hmm.
Most times applied in the office, so it's applied right. And then you just keep it on. I think I had mine on for a week. Sometimes you get a script for 2 weeks or
You got
longer
to
as
sleep
you see
with
fit.
it,
Yep.
sleep with it, shower with it, like
Yep.
okay.
Yep, and it monitors your activity. So anyway, I'm really just happy that I got everything checked out. You have to have courage to take care of yourself.
Yes.
A lot of times we tend to distract ourselves from reality with taking care of our kids or make excuses as to why we can't face our fears when it comes to our health care or not take the proper precautions. Those excuses are not going to work forever. So, for me, I was nervous to go in. But I'm so glad I got it done because like I feel like, you know, I might be a little bit bionic now. I got a
Right.
I got a new lease on life because I'm not super worried. Now the AFib can come back, you know, but I'm gonna keep exercising and if
I'm about to say, what did you change within your day to day that is helping you along your journey of having AFib?
change my diet,
How?
made sure well, I follow like a heart healthy diet.
What's a heart healthy diet?
Lots of green leafy vegetables, proteins. I stay away from fried foods. I really don't fry anything in my house.
Hmm.
Now, every now and then, I go outside and have some fries. You know what I mean? But everything in moderation.
Yeah.
More importantly, lifestyle changes. I try to exercise when I can. Like,
Hmm.
you're supposed to do at least 150 minutes per week. I can say as a single mom, I don't always get to that 150 minutes.
But you do a lot of walking,
Yeah,
girl.
I do.
So I know you getting them 20,000 steps. Forget 10. I know you're getting 20,000.
Yeah, and I try to eliminate stress
How?
because I be cutting people the fuck off. And
The
listen,
stress scissor.
I have listen, I have mastered the art of not giving a fuck with a PH. Boom. Mhm. Yeah.
So I know that certain diets. So have you ever heard of the DASH diet?
Yeah.
Okay. So that when you were researching this was coming up as the best heart healthy eating plan. So a diet approach to stop hypertension. Dietary D approaches A to stop S hypertension. So the DASH diet. It emphasizes vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean protein, and low fat dairy. So basically everything that you just said that you change within your own.
Mhm.
So that will help lower blood pressure and also the bad cholesterol, the LDL. A wide variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains. This is something I learned when I was in my 20s and I had a dietitian. It came free with my job through the Employee Assistance Program, the EAP. And she told me, huh? Absolutely. There's so many things that you are covered to do. And a lot of this concerning your dietitian, even testing to get certain things done. Therapy, if you want to get usually it's 5 sessions. It depends on what your EAP or employee assistance program is, but it will give you a opportunity to talk to someone for free for at least 3 to 5 sessions. Usually 5 is the standard. But when I was looking at whole grains, she told me when I was picking up bread for my sandwiches, she said, just
Mhm.
always turn it over and make sure that the first ingredient is whole wheat flour, not enriched wheat
That
flour,
makes sense.
because that's basically processed and fake wheat. So always do the whole wheat. So it may say wheat, but it doesn't say 100% wheat. So I don't know. That was just a little tip that I still to this day when I go to buy bread, I always flip it over and check and see.
Yes, and then, like, when it comes to, like, healthy protein sources, beans, fish, lean poultry. So I eat a lot of chicken, turkey, lots of black beans.
I'm
Actually,
not a bean person.
listen, I could
I
give you a
want to
few
be
rec
because they're good
listen, I could give
for
you some
you.
recipes. Yeah, they are good if you make them well.
You make them from, like, the bag? Like, you soak them overnight and
Dude,
stuff like
I
that?
soak them. Yes, and I make, like, it's not a chili, but I use turkey meat, like smoked turkey with it, and I can put it in a slow cooker with the beans. I make my
Mm.
own broth, and these kids be tearing it up because kids sometimes look at beans like, "What is you trying to do to me?"
I feel like
Like,
I'm still in that kid stage when it comes to beans because my mom used to make, lentil soup when we were kids. I would walk in the house like, "Oh my gosh, I smell it." It's the soup. It's a little tiny itty bitty soup thing. Now that I'm older, I like it now, but I will only
yeah.
do lentil, like, I'm not a big pinto, kidney bean. I'll do black beans. I like black bean turkey burgers, so I'll do black beans and stuff. Sometimes I just do
You
black
know
beans with
what? I might have to make you some.
okay, what kind? What kind of beans?
Listen, I use them all. So I do a mixture. It was like a 5 bean stew that I made.
Okay,
It's
I've seen that in the store.
and then, I also make, like, this black eyed pea soup. Oh my god, it's so good.
Ooh, I don't
Listen,
like
I
black
know
eyed
you
peas.
listen, but you ain't taste mine, though.
My mom makes it.
But I mix the black eyed peas with like black beans, and it has a couple different beans in it, but you just have to taste it. Give it a
I'm gonna
chance.
try it. You know what?
Okay.
Because I can be worse than my kids when it comes to try something new. So yeah, I'm open to it. And if there's any recipes that you would like to share with us concerning your being
And your heart health. And your
routine,
heart health.
yeah, your heart health, or if you too have been affected by heart disease, please go ahead and send us an email at singlemomhoney@gmail.com. That is singlemomhoney@gmail.com. Or you could go ahead and follow us and send us a message on our socials at singlemomhoneyofficial on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you're watching us right now on YouTube, hey, go ahead and subscribe and share our YouTube channel, Single Mom Honey Official, with anyone that you believe will be a benefit, any single mom that will benefit from our information and our content as well. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, Tea Time with Single Mom Honey.
Absolutely. So I also cook with healthy plant oils.
Like what?
Use avocado oil, olive
Okay.
oil. Mainly those are my two that I
Hmm.
go to. I don't do a lot of sugar. I add more cinnamon to things now. I don't do a
Cinnamon
lot of,
impacts your sweet tooth?
somehow it works. It does work. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't have the same impact that sugar does. I
I
didn't say
mean,
sugar and cinnamon. I said cinnamon.
yeah.
Like, yeah, if I put a hint of sugar into my oatmeal or something of the sort, I really do a lot of cinnamon in it. I don't know, it does it for me, and it's
Hmm.
healthier.
Yeah, that's my problem. I'm on that sugar crack. I've been on that sugar crack since the 80s, girl, when it hit
Yeah,
the
yeah,
streets.
yeah, no. You know, I have, cut back my only, like, sugar problem would be Reese Cups, but I, only eat holiday Reese's now.
So Easter and
Easter
Christmas.
eggs, cause and I justify it by saying, "It got so much peanut butter in here, I am getting some protein."
More sugar to peanut butter, but look, it got peanut butter in here.
Peanut butter, yeah. And then, I definitely cut back on I don't really drink that much anyway, but, like, alcohol.
Mhm.
So, I would limit your alcohol because 'cause that'll help with your heart health as well.
That would help with so many things because I know that when I have just a glass of wine, then I'm off my diet quick. I just wanna eat any and everything, so it just makes the decisions just worse, so that's something that I've changed as well. I've limited.
Also, remember that, like, if you were predisposed to these heart issues, like, from your family, if you inherited them genetically, you wanna make sure that these heart healthy diet and lifestyle changes you're teaching to your kids because they may be at risk too.
Yeah.
So, they're gonna be modeling your behavior and your lifestyle changes, and, they can learn to cook with you and cook properly, learn to exercise with you, and then they'll have good habits as they grow up.
Yeah, when I exercise, my boys always join in with me. Like, "Mommy, can
Exactly.
I help you?" And they get their little mats, and then we'll go ahead and all stretch together or something, or they wanna
Yes,
prove to not only me, but themselves that they could pick up the big dumbbell and they could
I
just
know.
like, "Man, please don't drop that on your foot. I ain't got no ER money. I ain't got no emergency room code."
Who you telling? Who you telling?
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about the evidence behind it.
Mhm.
So, like I was saying before, it's recommended to get at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity activity, like brisk walking.
Put on a podcast and get
Hold on.
going.
Hold on. Yes, sex.
Ooh, 150 minutes
Ooh.
of that.
Or
Listen,
you could be dancing like nobody's watching in your living room. You can have a dance party with the kids.
yeah, turn that AI on, like, put on something to make me sweat.
Or you could get like 75 minutes of rigorous heart activity, which would mean
Like
like
what?
running.
I know you're the runner. She's a track star.
I ain't a track star. Like those days are gone. Those days are gone. Or you could do a mix of both. But it's just very important that you get this exercise in because it improves your blood pressure and your cholesterol.
Yeah.
So not just with the eating. You gotta partner everything together. So if
But
you're
eating is a
exercising,
big part.
yes, it is
Yeah.
because I meet a lot of people that are like, "I've been exercising," and then I see them pick up, like, a bag of chips. Now, you can have chips, right?
Mhm.
But everything in moderation, but
Yeah.
if you already have high blood pressure and you're taking medication, like, if you start eating salty things, the medication and the salt are just fighting each other, and your body's just sitting there like, "So, I don't know who's gonna win," right?
Mhm.
making sure that when you choose your food, you're choosing that lean meat. Cut off the fat. Sometimes I'd be like, the fat's the best part, but
It be so juicy, got the flavor.
yeah, but that's your friend. But just remember, work in small increments. You're not going to get 150 minutes every week, but every little bit counts.
Yeah. Just try to figure out what fits into your life. Like, what fits into your real life? Like, do you have younger kids that you could put into the stroller and that's a family
Hmm.
activity? Maybe you guys can walk to the park, play at the park. The kids had a fun time at the park, and then you put them back in the stroller and then you push them back home. So that could be a way.
That all counts.
Yeah, it all does count. Or even stretching, doing some yoga, doing some Pilates
Absolutely.
at home while the kids are taking a nap or while they're on their tablet. Okay, you guys get an hour or 30 minutes of screen time. During their screen time, you could be watching your tablet or on Alexa doing a workout video from YouTube. It's free. So just incorporating things that works into your lifestyle.
Exactly. And when you exercise, it helps your heart. And like, here are some of the benefits, right? It lowers your bad cholesterol. That's your LDL cholesterol. It raises
Loser! That's how I remember.
it raises your good cholesterol. That's your HDL. It's your happy.
Hey!
Okay, your hey cholesterol. All right. So he's going good. It helps lower your blood pressure. It improves your heart and lung fitness. And then, most importantly, it relieves stress and improves
Yeah.
your mood.
You feel so good after working out. Like,
Absolutely.
you like, them endorphins just be running like, "Whoa, yes."
Yeah. 'Cause initially, when you start running, and I get this every time, even when I run those half marathons, I start running and I be like, oh, why am I doing this? And then by the end, you be happy. You didn't forget why you didn't ran through all your thoughts and work things out. And then you got a small win for the day.
Mhm.
So a little bit counts and it goes a long way, especially for busy single moms.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, is there anything else you wanted to share with our listeners about heart health or maybe just one piece of advice that you would give them for somebody that has been impacted by heart, disease?
Yes, I would say listen to your body. You are amazing. You have children. You do so many wonderful things in this world. And when your body talks to you, you need to listen to it.
Yeah.
You use your judgment to take care of so many people. So use it to take care of you. I know for me, if I wouldn't have listened to my heart, I don't know what my outcome would have been if I didn't listen to my
Mm,
body. It started talking to me. Initially, it was talking to me in a different language, and
mhm.
then it was in cursive, but I could read cursive. Yeah, and it was double dutching, and I don't know how to double dutch. But now we're all together, and I'm very thankful that we now have resources that allow for women to get the healthcare that is necessary to take care of them, especially a single mom. You just gotta make yourself your number one priority. And by that I mean like taking care of your heart. You only get one of them.
Yes.
And you gotta share it with so many people. So you need it to be working.
Look, that's the title of the show, Protecting Your Heart While Carrying the World. But you can't carry anything if you're not here. So, single moms, please, 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 if you have felt any of these signs, symptoms, or none at all, just go ahead and set up an appointment with your PCP if you haven't already. It is usually covered by your health insurance once a year, a wellness checkup, and to go ahead and make sure that you put yourself first. Don't keep pushing off disappointment. Don't keep canceling. Don't keep rescheduling it. Go
Exactly.
ahead and take and get a benchmark of where your health is overall today.
Exactly, and it'd be good to get a blood pressure cuff at home. You should check your blood pressure.
You can even go and get one of those at the drugstore. And if
Exactly,
you have an
exactly.
HSA, a health savings account, or a FSA, you go flexible spending account. You can use those funds towards purchasing items such as a blood pressure cuff. If you are diabetic, use those funds as well towards those, and they are available at your local grocery store and drugstore. So make
And
sure you take
remember,
care of yourself.
prevention is much easier than recovery.
Absolutely.
'Cause
So
try recovering with kids. They don't understand.
no, they don't. They still need their juice filled. You still gotta go get this snack. I see you laid up, but it don't feel like you getting up to go get this snack, boo.
And knowing your numbers, she's a numbers lady. Knowing your blood pressure, your cholesterol, all those things, knowing your numbers is an act of self-love.
Absolutely.
You should actually know where you stand, and it's your responsibility.
Yes.
So
So since February is Heart Disease Awareness Month, we were like, this is the best time for us to be able to bring this to our single moms and our honey hot.
absolutely. One more thing. You know, When it comes to stress, I will say that ever since I dropped that 240, 50 pounds of of other human, my heart's been feeling way
Human?
more healthy.
Stop. You're being very generous. But go ahead,
Well,
I'm
I'm just
listening. Go
saying,
ahead.
when you lose weight, when you actually lose weight, it does decrease your blood pressure as well. So if you
It
have high
makes you
blood
feel good
pressure,
about yourself as
makes you
well.
feel good. And when you lose dead weight, you feel even better.
Instantly.
Stress is relieved. The house is peaceful. Just remember those
Instantly.
things.
All right, so please go ahead and rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening to us. We will appreciate fives, but if you want to provide any feedback, go ahead and send us an email, singlemomhoney@gmail.com, and on all the socials at singlemomhoneyofficial. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to talking to you soon, Honey Hive.
See you next time.
Bye.